First, they came for Tesla. Then they came for Ford. And now, they're coming for Ferrari. For years, people laughed at Chinese cars, called them cheap, ugly knockoffs that would never compete with Europe's supercars or America's trucks. But those days are over. Because right now, China is building vehicles that aren't just catching up, they're blowing past Ferrari, Lamborghini, Tesla, and even Bugatti. Hypercars with over 1,200 horsepower. SUVs that make a Porsche Cayenne look like a joke. And electric cars so cheap, American brands can't even dream of competing. Today, we're looking at 10 Chinese cars that are threatening to take over the entire industry. And trust me, if you think the Western brands are too big to fail, you definitely want to keep watching. It all starts with a tiny car that sells for just 12 grand, the BYD Seagull. Sounds like a joke, right? A cheap little hatchback. But here's the thing. This car has the same build quality as EVs that cost $30,000 in the US. Ford killed the Chevy Bolt because they couldn't make it cheap enough. Tesla killed the Cybertruck because of an egomaniac CEO. Meanwhile, China is shipping Seagulls by the tens of thousands. This is the Trojan horse. While Europe and America were busy debating tax credits and tariffs, China was quietly building a global army of affordable EVs. And once these cars start hitting export markets at scale, good luck selling a $35,000 Nissan Leaf. Unless the United States gets their act together, we will never recover the EV market dominance again. But if you thought China was only about cheap cars, think again. The Neo ET7 is a luxury sedan aimed squarely at the Mercedes S-Class and Tesla Model S. It's packed with cutting-edge autonomous driving tech, futuristic interiors, and the kind of design that looks more German than German cars. But here's the kicker. While Mercedes takes 7 years to refresh a model, Neo updates its cars every few months through software and new trims. That speed makes Western brands look like dinosaurs. You will see this is a repeated common pattern with Chinese brands. There's no concerns with preserving brand or tradition. They care about one thing, and one thing only. What does the market want? And from there, they build it as quickly as they can. This breakneck speed to respond to demand, coupled with cheap production and, consequently, cheap prices, is what is giving China such a massive advantage. I may be one of the only channel on YouTube that isn't exactly happy about this. I will continue to call it out, but I need your help. By subscribing to this channel, more people will know of this, and we can fight back. But you may be wondering, how? Tesla genuinely gave it their best when they dropped the Tesla Plaid. There's no denying it. High performance, exceptional speed, and acceleration. Boasting over 1,000 horsepower and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of under 2 seconds. However, China has an objectively better alternative. The Zeekr 001 was already impressive. A sleek shooting brake EV with range, luxury, and performance. But then they dropped the FR Edition, over 1,200 horsepower, 0 to 60 inch under 3 seconds. And it looks like something Porsche should have built. The Tesla Model S Plaid had its moment. But in China, the 001 FR is showing that Tesla isn't the fastest anymore. Not only that, it isn't the most exciting either. That's a nightmare Elon doesn't want to admit. Tesla has lost its charm and appeal. But this isn't a US exclusive issue. Remember Lotus, the British brand? Lotus was once the pride of Britain. Pure sports cars, lightweight handling, legendary in racing. Now, it's owned by Geely, a Chinese giant, and their new flagship, the Lotus Eletre, is an all-electric SUV with up to 905 horsepower. It competes directly with the Lamborghini Urus, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, even the Tesla Model X Plaid. And here's the dark truth. It's built in China. Europe still thinks Lotus is theirs, but the reality? China owns the brand, the factories, and the future. But the Lotus Eletre isn't the only example of China also eating up SUV market share. It's true that America invented the SUV craze. Jeep, Ford, Chevy, they ruled the roads. But China, they're now building massive luxury SUVs like the Tank 500 and Tank 700 from Great Wall Motors. These are rugged, powerful, and dripping with tech and comfort. They're designed to go head-to-head with the Toyota Land Cruiser, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, even the Range Rover. And the scary part? They're cheaper. just as capable and built for export. Imagine Jeep trying to sell a $70,000 Grand Cherokee when China offers the same thing for half the price. In the eyes of a consumer, this makes no sense. But China plays no games. They are cutthroat and relentless, and even minivans aren't safe from total Chinese domination. Because yes, they made a minivan, a luxury one nonetheless. The Li Auto Mega looks like a spaceship on wheels. It's a massive electric people mover aimed at wealthy families and business execs. It's packed with tech, has incredible range, and makes Mercedes luxury vans look ancient. And here's why it matters. China isn't just targeting sports cars and sedans. They're going after every single niche. No matter what kind of car you drive, they're building something to replace it. Comment down below what your dream car is, and I will pick the best ones to make a video about them and if they are safe from China. And now we get to the hypercars. The Neo EP9 is a fully electric hypercar with 1,341 horsepower. It smashed the Nürburgring EV lap record back in 2017, and it proved that China can build a car that goes toe-to-toe with Bugatti and Rimac. This wasn't just some concept, it was real. It lapped tracks, set records, and embarrassed European automakers who didn't think China could play in this arena. And for the record, do not make the mistake of thinking BYD only makes cheaper Tesla alternatives. You'd be dead wrong. The BYD Yangwang U9. This one looks like it came straight from a science fiction movie. The BYD Yangwang U9 is a 1,287 horsepower EV supercar, 0 to 60, in 2 seconds. But that's not even the craziest part. It has a suspension system so advanced, the car can literally jump off the ground. No, literally. It bounces, dances, and even drives on 3 wheels. Ferrari has heritage. Lamborghini has style, but China has raw, ridiculous tech, and that's way scarier in the long run. They are not grounded by anything, so every new car is an empty canvas for them, and innovation is never ending. And if you want to talk about red flags, there's a Chinese car that is literally and figuratively a speeding red flag. Hongqi, or Red Flag, is China's official state car brand. They build limousines for the Chinese government. But now, they're building a hypercar. The Hongqi has 9 packs around 1,400 horsepower from a hybrid V8 plus electric setup. And here's the kicker, it was designed by Walter de Silva, the former Lamborghini chief designer. So not only does China have the tech, they're buying up the talent that once built Europe's legends. That's how you know they're serious. And that's also how you know that for the right price, even the people who designed the Western greats can sell out to the enemy. And here's a freebie. A brand and a car that I bet you no one has caught on to yet. And remember this video in about a year, because this is what I call a serious level 10 threat. The Arc Fox GT, an electric hypercar shown off in Geneva, up to 1,600 horsepower in its track version, sleek design, brutal acceleration. And while the world was busy gawking at Lamborghinis, Arc Fox quietly said, "Hey, we can do that too, and we can do it cheaper." It's not even on most people's radar yet, but that's exactly how it starts. Just like CF Moto in the motorcycle world, a brand nobody respected until it was too late. But the world is too busy banning fast cars to notice China's takeover. Don't believe me? I made a full video on 11 cars that have been banned in many countries for being just too good. Click on screen to watch it now, and consider subscribing to the channel. If you made it this far, you probably will enjoy my future videos.